School is hard, so why don't we just plan the heck out of it? Hi everyone and welcome back to Plan for Productivity. For those of you who are new, my name is Andrea and today I will be sharing with you a bunch of student planning templates, ideas, bullet journal spreads, all the way. I made this video because I know that it's back to school season and I have been a student in college for 6 years, 5 years, med school. I don't even know how long anymore. And I have a pretty good experience with getting organized for school in my bullet journal. So I wanted to share a few spreads with you guys. And this video is gonna be all about setting up. So like the beginning of the year, the spreads you wanna create, the templates that you'll be using consistently throughout the semester and stuff like that. So grab your cup of coffee and let's get started. First spread when setting up for the semester or the quarter or whatever, however your college works, is basically to have a very good overview of when you're going to have big exams, projects due, assignments, just like the big things that you have for every class. So for this, I used like a future log kind of spread, and we're going to use color coding to create just a very good overview of the semester. So I'm going to do an example with one of my semesters from med school, and I'm going to take 4 classes. So I'm going to do one color for each one. Get your syllabus and just fill in all the dates of the exams that you have. You'll have an overview, and obviously it's color coded by class. You can write the code at the bottom and just add whatever symbols you want. You can maybe do like a different symbol for exams, quizzes, and final exams, for example. Whatever you want. You can even use different colors for that, but the idea is to just have a very good overview of the entire semester so you can get organized and plan ahead. This next spread is a schedule for your semester, and this is super important because you can just visually see where your classes are going to be. And the most important part for this spread is that once you've filled out your schedule, you can add the other things that are very important for you to keep track of. So for example, you could add your workouts, you could also add your me time, whatever it is you want. You add this to your little legend and just add in the times for workout. So for example, based on this schedule, I want to work out Monday, Wednesday, Thursday from 6 to 7. So you will just add in the things that are important for you. Another important thing to add usually during school is to kind of try to clock in at least some study time that you're going to do during the week. So for example, when you see these gaps over here, you could just easily add a study time where you'll stay in school studying during that time. So just try to figure out on your schedule where your study times would be. The next spread is basically a course overview, and the idea is that you can do this for each of the courses, or at least the courses that have a very complicated grading system. So at the beginning, you're gonna have location, professor, email, and office hours, just basic information about your course. Then I did this little grades breakdown. I feel like this is super important because throughout the semester, you're kind of wondering where your grades are at. And for me, it's very important to have a visual representation of that. So for this course, you can see that I'm breaking down the courses, exams, and grades into the percentages that they're worth, and further breaking that down. Here's a little coding system for the ones that don't fit in the box. Then under that is a big exams tracker. The idea is to just know what exams you have. Here you could write either if it's like for a specific topic or if it's gonna cover certain chapters, you can just write this in this little box. The date of the exam, the page number, and this is for when you want to actually track the studying of those chapters, and you just reference the page in your bullet journal where you have that, the percentage that it's worth, and then finally the grade that you got. This class, for example, had 1 presentation, so under this I put like a presentation with the date, the topic that you're supposed to do, and the grade that you got. But this could apply to any projects or any other big assignments that you have that you need to, kind of know when they're due. And next to it, I did an assignments tracker. This one is just to keep track of the things that you have to turn in, basically the date that you have to turn them in, the assignment itself. The first check mark is for done, and the second check mark is for sent or turned in. And finally, the grade that you got. You can basically recreate this. For example, in this class, there's lab quizzes, so you could basically recreate this for every single quiz to keep a track of your grade. You can make more charts depending on the different kind of assignments and grading systems that you have in that class. But the idea is just to have a very big overview of your grades and when things have to get done. This next one is a readings tracker, and I know that a lot of schools have readings that you have to do every single week, like a chapter or a few chapters that you have to get done for that week. So this is a tracker that will involve all of your classes, so you can see actually all of the readings that you have to do that week, and it's separated by weeks, obviously depending on the number of weeks that you have in your semester, quarter, etc. And each box just is for each class, obviously color coded with the same colors that we've been using throughout the spreads. You could also go a step further and, for example, fill them in once they're done. So you could write in the reading that you have to get done over here and then color it in once it's done to make sure that you did it, or cross it out. You can create your own little system to make sure that you're keeping track of whether you did them or not. And the final spread of this video is a weekly spread. So the idea in this spread is something that you can have a go-to to create at the end of the week before the next week starts, that is easy, simple, and that keeps track of the basic things that you need to keep track to during college. So in the beginning, I put the number of the week. This is according to your syllabus, so it'll be easy to keep track of what needs to get done. The goals for the week, if you have some, if you have a big test, assignments, anything. There's this big space at the top for you to write any events that you might have. This would be basically classes that you have to attend to, or if you have a big test, you could also write that there. The next row is for you to write in your workout, and this is important because it's going to keep you on track with just taking care of your health. So obviously you don't have to do it every day, but there's this whole row over here so you can write the workout that either you did or you have to get done that day. The next one is one thing that I just live for, which is basically writing down the big thing that you did that day. So either studying for an exam, or it can be something on your personal goals, just one big thing that you're going to focus on. And then there's obviously space for all of your tasks over here. This space right here is for you to write things that you have to get done this week that don't have a due date. There's an upcoming events tracker. This is super important because usually during the week you tend to focus on what's happening during the week, but over here you can write upcoming tests, you can write upcoming assignments that might be due, anything that you have to keep in mind to kind of start working on this week, or that might be a big thing coming up. And finally, this very small tracker over here, which is a combination of a sleep log and a study tracker. And that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and you found something useful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I would love to have you guys back here. In the next edition of Student Bullet Journal Spreads, I'll be doing all about like test prep, getting organized for exams, keeping track of projects that you have to do, and other things to help you stay organized, healthy, productive, basically in control throughout the college or school experience. So stay tuned for that video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.